Alright, so here we have Bitcoin on Bybit on the 1 hour. As you see, we have broken out of the top of the range. We are still being held up by the 21, trying to get past this level. We had a wick high here, a little fake out. Probably wrecked some longs right there or some shorts. Probably had their stop loss above this level right here at 22,500. Well, a little lower, probably at the beginning of here at 22,300, and then came back down, found support on the 21. So now we are trying to get back above this level right here, coming in at 22,300, about that region so far. And right now we are up 2%. So your momentum oscillators, which is your RSI and your MACD right here, right now your RSI is trying to get in the bullish control zone. And we are above the signal line and the neutral median line. So if we can enter the bullish control zone and get back above this last high on the RSI, I would expect us to go deeper into the bullish control zone and break this level. MACD, finding support on our last level. So we have a few highs here. We're going to find support there, and we did. Fresh retest to the and resumption to the upside on the MACD line from the signal line, printing some dark green bars on the histogram right here. We need to stay above, let's see, 21,450. So basically 21,500 level to cross in order to cross this, in order to stay above that signal line. Now that comes in confluence with breaking this 50 at 21,500. That's the level that we need to stay above. If we do cross this level to the downside, I would expect this to be a bull trap. I know that our level was 2,500 last time, but now I moved it up $1,000 because I think that's the level we need to stay above now. Right now, your BBWP is in the upper zone, far above its moving average, which measures volatility. And so I would expect the volatility to continue. Possibly come down and get another retest of the 21, maybe even the 22K level, where this last high was. So definitely watch that level. If we can get to that, come down for a retest and then a resumption up, break this last wick, I would expect us to work our way up to 24K, somewhere in this region right here, anywhere from 24 to 25K, if we can break this next region. So in the bearish case, like I said, is that we break the 50 to the downside at 21,500 on a 4-hour closure. So let's go to the 4-hour. Right now we have not put in a high yet, so we have plenty of room to put in a higher low. I mean, we could come all the way back down, but like I said, I don't think that if we break, this 22,500 level, I think this was a bull trap, and I think we will make new lows, even though we have all that space to make a higher low. Right now, we're deep in the bullish control zone on the RSI. Looks like it could be, well, looks like we formed some sort of BART pattern. Came back down, crossed the signal line, had a fake out. Now we are above the signal line once again. Need to stay above 22,154 in order to stay above that signal line to the upside. MACD, fresh retest. Looks like we're going to have a resumption. We need to stay above 22K in order to continue to rise above. Need to stay above 21,868 in order to stay above that signal line. To cross the zero line, we'd have to come all the way back down to 15,607. And if that happens, I think we would go to 13K. That's far away, so we're not even going to pay attention to that. Now on this histogram right here, if you can break these last highs right here and right here, because you're printing some dark green bars on the histogram right now, but you got a ways to go. If that can happen, I would expect us to break this last high on the histogram, which would propel us up to the 24 to 25K region. So right now your BBWP is crossing its moving average, so I would expect the move to start. I know that we've already had quite the volatility, but I do expect it to continue. Um, so yeah, let's move on to the 8 hour. Here on the 8 hour, deep in the bullish control zone, MACD pretty fresh cross to the upside, strong upside curvature. Positive momentum is waning a bit, but we'll see what happens. In order to cross that signal line to the downside, we need to get back below 18,746. I think that would propel us to 13K if we do get all the way back down there across this signal line, which if we cross the 21,500 level, which also coincides, basically 21,700 would turn us around here. So, and that would probably either give us a retest, most likely a bull trap, and continue back down, making new lows. Let's go to the daily real quick. So the daily, we are making a higher high than this last high. Well, actually, I wouldn't even count this as a high. Not yet. So we need to get back above the 25K region in order to make a new high. Let's see here. If the RSI keeps going up to the top of this, or the bottom of this bullish control zone, we're going to have potential bearish divergence. So we will find out and come back to it. MACD fresh cross to the upside. Positive momentum is increasing on the histogram. Strong upside curvature as your BBWP crossed its moving average to the upside. Like I said, the move is starting. The move has not happened yet. It's either going to propel us up to 25K or we're going to make new lows. Very, very important inflection point right now. So once again, the bullish case is that we break this last wick high on a 4-hour closure and get back above 22,500. Our level is still 22,500 to the upside. That would propel us to 24, 25K. That would also imply that we get deeper in the bullish control zone on your RSI, and your MACD continues its follow through of its upside curvature, starts printing some more dark green bars on the histogram as your BBWP stays in the upper zone. Once again, bearish case is that we break 21,500 on a 4-hour closure. I would expect a bounce in between 21K and 2750, and then another bounce at 2500, and found probably some minor support at 20,250. But ultimately, I think we would make new lows if we pass this 21,500 point on a 4-hour closure. So definitely pay attention right now, because shit's going to get serious real quick, depending on which level we break on a 4-hour closure. All right, so let's move on to Ethereum. Actually, let's check your Stokes on Bitcoin real quick. So stochastic is above the signal line, but we do, let's see here, do we have a high here? We could have potential bearish divergence, so we'll find out whether that can lead us back below this order block right here at 22K. Once again, 21,500 comes in at this order block as well, and this VPVR level. So a lot of support right there, but we're going to find out. If we cross the signal line and start working our way out of the bullish control zone, that's not going to look good on the Stokes. So we'll find out. All right, and that's on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, looks like you're trying to cross your signal line, but if you can get a retest and resumption and stay in this overbought zone, that will add to the bullish momentum. So definitely stay nimble right now. Let's move on to Ethereum. By the way, if you guys are liking this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, one being the Discord. A lot of good conversation about crypto trading, investing in there. Definitely join the Discord, stay ahead of the curve. Also, turn on those bell notifications so you get notified with this time-sensitive content. A lot of times these moves happen right after I put out the video. We stay ahead of the curve on this channel. So here on the 1-hour on Ethereum, looks like you're trying to grind up into this purple zone right here. Ethereum's having a little bit of trouble getting above in that zone. The merge is coming up in a few days. If it's not delayed, we'll probably have a nice pump or drop depending on whether it's a sell the news type thing. But you will have a good opportunity for a trade. Right now, your RSI is in the neutral median zone above the signal line. Looks like we're going to come back down, either a retest and a resumption off the neutral median line and the signal line, resuming up, or we're going to get back below 1746 and cross that signal line to the downside. If that does happen, I would expect us to bounce off the top of the bearish control zone. Ultimately, I think we would enter it if we can cross the EMA signal line and the neutral median line, which we're going to have big support on the RSI. MACD, fresh cross of the zero line, coming up for the retest of the signal line. Negative momentum's waning a bit. You did find resistance at these last lows, but we'll find out. If we come up and test the zero line and resume down, that's not going to look good. You need to basically, right where we're at, we're going to decide whether we're going to get the retest and resumption down or across to the upside and find support basically right below the zero line. Excuse me. BBWP moving sideways right now. Looks like it could come below its moving average, and we would continue to grind this range. We're being held up by the 21 right now. We did get back above the 21 and the 50. I meant we're being held up by the 100. So we have a VPVR level here, which we bounced off of at 1725 region. So if we can enter this purple zone and get back above 1790, I would expect us to work our way up to 1950 to 1900. And that's basically the bullish case. And that would also imply that we come up and test bottom of the bullish control zone. MACD, get back above its signal line and the zero line, and get back above these last lows and highs, which is going to be resistance now. And the BBWP works its way up into deeper into the upper zone. Bearish case is that we break the 100 at 17, basically 1715 region, and this VPVR level. I would expect to bounce at 1700, but ultimately I think we would come back down to 1650 and then 1575. That would also imply that we have some retest and follow through on this MACD across its signal line, and your BBWP stays above its moving average as your RSI breaks that neutral median line and that signal line. So watch your BBWP. If it continues to go sideways and cross its moving average to the downside, probably going to consolidate here and go sideways more, probably up to the merge, and then we'll find out what happens. Now, if it stays in the upper zone, that means we're probably either going to break these wick highs at 1790 region or the 100 to the downside at 1715 region. So let's check the Stokes real quick for Ethereum. So right now you are getting a test, or you are getting across to that signal line, but it's on the current tick. So we're going to find out whether it's a retest and resumption up, or right now the bulls and the bears are battling right now. So we're going to find out whether we get a retest and resumption, or if we cross that signal line, which we're basically getting rejected from the bullish control zone right now. So we'll find out. If we get rejected from that and cross that VPVR level, it's not going to look good, just in confluence with the other levels we were talking about. Let's move on to Solana. Once again, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Solana actually turned around. You know, Solana didn't look very good, but now it has turned around. I mean, we got 3 nice 1-hour candles right here. RSI coming in, bottom of the bullish control zone, above its signal line. MACD bouncing off that zero line, fresh cross to the upside of the signal line, printing some dark green bars on that histogram as your BBWP bounced off its moving average, working its way up into the upper zone. So the momentum's good. Volatility has started as the price action's moving up. Solana looks pretty good right now, but a lot of it's going to depend on Bitcoin. If Solana continues up, I think it goes to $40. That would also imply that we get into the bullish control zone on the RSI, and your MACD has some follow through, as your BBWP probably comes up and prints some dark red signal bars. bearish case is that you break the lows. Let's go ahead and move this down. We're going to find support here. So basically, if you break this purple zone, I would expect a small bounce at 33.30. But ultimately, I think we would come back down to 32 to 31.50 and then make new lows. That would imply that we cross the signal line and the zero line to the downside. BBWP stays high. RSI gets rejected from the bullish control zone and crosses its signal line, which we would need to get back below 35.60 in order to cross that signal line to the downside. 35.60 comes in at basically below this support where these last resistance was, because now it's going to turn support. So if we cross that, it's going to start cascading down your momentum. So, and then you would have a higher chance of breaking this 100 at 34.60. Right now, I mean, if we get a 1 hour closure here, we got a half hour. We get a 1 hour closure here, that shit's going to look good. But you do have, if the RSI turns around here, you're going to have bearish divergence. So if this is a confirmed high, you're going to have bearish divergence. And so then we'll come back to it. And if you do get bearish divergence and cross this last support right here on these wick highs, not going to look good. Right now, your moving averages are all above each other, trying to fan out, but we'll find out. If price action continues to go up, which it looks like it might be, but a lot of this is going to depend on if Bitcoin behaves or not. So if we have a confirmed high here, let's see, no divergence, but we will have bearish divergence from this high to this high if this is a confirmed high. So we're going to find support on the 21 right here at 21,800. But also where the top of this last range is. But yeah, stay nimble around there, because if we break the 50, we're fucked. In my opinion. All right, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, if we cross that 50, 21,500 on a 4 hour closure, it's not going to look good. Maybe even an 8 hour closure if you're more conservative. But yeah, definitely watch that level. Once again, if you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. Join the Discord. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.